Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Vinisha Modani. I'm the founder and head counselor at ARA Consultancy. Hope everyone is able to hear me well. We'll start our webinar of how to basically, what are the opportunities, I would say, what are the opportunities in India and abroad after graduation. This is a very, very informative session. So I'm sure that students who would be in their third year or fourth year, or maybe in their final year of whatever they are pursuing. So this is a very crucial webinar for them, as I will be giving you information on what are the different courses, what you can pursue. So there are a lot of myths associated also with the same. There are lot of benefits versus pros and cons. I would say there are a lot of negatives, benefits, and obviously there are a lot of myths associated with abroad education, with Indian education. So I will definitely be covering that up as well. So yes, we will be waiting for some more time, and then we will start the session. So this is definitely going to be a very informative webinar. So we will be covering a lot of aspects about abroad education, about Indian education, and basically what are the opportunities, and all your queries will be cleared. So that is something which we will make sure. So we are just waiting for some more audience to join, and then we will start the session. So throughout the webinar, any queries you have, anytime you can just write it down, and definitely, we will be answering those queries. So, I'm a career counselor. Just to give a short intro about myself, I am a career counselor as well as abroad education consultant. Right from ninth grade, student comes to me with regards to what career one should choose. We help in undergrad, masters, MBA admissions all together, and we make sure that the students go to the top universities. So, some of our admits include Columbia, NYU, Dartmouth. We target the Ivy Leagues as well. And when it comes to different countries, we cater to Canada, New Zealand, Ireland, Australia, UK. So yes, all the European countries, Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland. So we help in the admission to some of the top universities. There are lots of myths associated also with abroad education. So definitely I will be taking that up as well. And what one should ideally be doing. Work experience लेना जरूरी है कि नहीं, MBA क्या होता है, when one should do MBA. So each and every question will be cleared. So this webinar I'm going to take in a very different form, wherein I'll be actually answering your queries only. So the first topic which I'll be taking is masters versus MBA, which is one of the major doubt which students have. So later on I will be taking a lot of questions. Um, we will be waiting till just 2 minutes more. We'll be waiting, and then we'll start the session. Just 1 minute more, guys. And I'm sure, this after this webinar, you will be, having good amount of information which will help you make a decision. So don't worry. And any queries, guys, any queries you have, you can write it down and I will take it up. Okay. Just to tell, I am a chartered accountant and certified financial planner by profession, and it's been, more than 7 years. I am into ARA. I'm the head counselor at ARA Education Consultancy. Okay. So yeah, already there are questions. That's very good. I will be taking everything, so don't worry about that. So Gitika Jha is asking, is it better to go for MS rather than waiting and getting 2 years work experience and going to get an MBA abroad? Very, very good question. I will be taking it in the first thing as well. Masters versus MBA is the first topic which I'll be taking. I think we should start. It is already 5-5. So Gitika, I will be covering that topic of masters versus MBA, and then you will yourself get a clarity altogether. Okay, guys, so I will start. My name is Vinisha Mudani. I'm the founder and head counselor at ARA Consultancy. I'm a CA and CFP by qualification, and this webinar is on opportunities after graduation in India versus abroad. So, the first topic today, which we are going to take, which maximum students have a lot of doubts about, is masters versus MBA. Guys, what is masters? Okay, what is masters? Masters is basically specialized education, specialized knowledge about one area of interest. It can be whatever. It can be, an engineer getting into communication design. That's also perfectly fine. It's, an IT engineer getting into computer science. That is also fine. So basically, it is specialized degree where you get knowledge about one area which is of your interest. Okay, so it is an in-depth knowledge about one area. Vis-a-vis MBA is a generic degree where you get business related knowledge. Okay, where you get business, how to do business. MBA is all about having that. It's a professional degree wherein you are taught how to make strategic decisions, how to basically do decision making, and how to do business, more importantly. So MBA is a generic degree, master's is a specialized degree. So, masters do not require work experience. You can immediately go for your masters after your graduation, after taking 1 year work experience, not an issue, because it will teach you in depth. It will teach you from the scratch. So someone who is an engineer who has taken marketing related internship, for example, is wanting to know more about marketing. Okay, they need to do masters in marketing because they don't have any as such education about marketing, but they are interested to know more about it, right? So that's why masters make sense at that point of time. When it comes to MBA, it's for experts only. Already marketing mein he or she is, really good. Already he has taken a work experience of 2 to 3 years in marketing, and now it's the time for him or her to take executive decisions. Okay, it's the time for her to do business. It can be her own business, it can be doing business in the company. Anything is fine, but he wants to be at a managerial position. At that point of time, you need to take MBA. Okay, so that's why MBA requires minimum work experience of 2 to 3 years, because you cannot become an expert unless you work. So MBA is a degree of professionals, masters is a degree for freshers. So someone requiring in-depth knowledge about their area of expertise, you should do masters, versus someone who wants to get into the business side more, they should take ideally experience in their area of interest, and then they should go ahead and do their MBA. Okay, MBA anyone can do, anyone. I know people who are, doctors who can do MBA because they want to make their own whole chain of hospitals, right? So they do not have any business knowledge as such. They are very well versed with their area. That is basically, they can be a dermatologist, they can be ophthalmologist, anything for that matter. But they want to get business knowledge. At that point of time, they do MBA. Okay, I know sports person who have done MBA because they want to open their own academy. So that's why they need business related knowledge, right? So a marketer, a finance person, a sports person, anything, anyone can do, MBA. It's a generic degree overall, which teaches you how to do business, versus masters. Masters generally, someone who is first of all wanting whatever area what they are doing their undergrad in. Similarly, they want to get in-depth knowledge, they can pursue. Be someone who wants to change. Guys, hear me out. Someone who wants to change their field. For example, I have a lot of students who are in, engineering, and they want to get more knowledge about finance. So at that point of time, MS in finance will make sense because they do not have any knowledge of finance as such, and they are interested to know more about it. So at that point of time, you can do masters in finance where you will be taught from the scratch. I know, finance people wanting to get into designing. So masters will make sense again because there is communication design, product design. I have finance people who are doing that. So there is also something, you get variety of subjects when it comes to masters. Okay, variety of subjects. So someone who wants to gain specialized knowledge of the same, they do masters. Cost wise, MBA is way higher. So someone, the difference I would say. So cost wise, MBA is 4 times of masters. So MBA may cost around 1 to 1.5 crores in USA, 60 lakhs, around 50 to 60 lakhs in UK, or maybe 40 to 45 lakhs in European countries. So basically, it's an expensive degree. Okay, so the cost is little higher when it comes to MBA. Vis-a-vis masters is pretty cheap. It's When it comes to US, it's the most expensive. It will come around 40 to 45 lakhs. When it comes to USA, Canada will come around 30 to 35. UK is 1 year masters only, so that's why it's around 20 to 25 lakhs. Ireland comes around it's 1 year, so hence 20 to 25 lakhs. There are few countries like, Germany. Norway, they provide free education altogether. You need not pay a penny for your masters. So masters is comparatively cheaper, I would say, versus MBA is little expensive. Okay. Now coming to, these are some of the basic differences which I told about masters and MBA. Someone who is wanting to change their field, please do masters. Gitika, just answering your question. Okay, so someone who wants to change their field, please do a masters. Okay, someone who wants to get into business, come what may, they want to get into business, they want to be a leader, they want to get into the business side more. Take 2 3 years of work experience in whatever domain you are doing and do MBA. Okay, someone wanting to get in-depth knowledge about what they are doing, maybe coding, AI, ML, okay, artificial intelligence, machine learning, or data science, please do masters. That will make sense. If you want to be on the back end side, you want to be a software developer, so you need to do a masters for that. So it depends from person to person. It depends from person to person what your aims are, what your goals are, what you are good at. So based on that, you have to decide. So just to say there's nothing better or good, it is based on from person to person what they like, they want to do, what they want to achieve in their life. Based on that, you decide you want to do masters or MBA. Guys, there is one more trick to this, that lot of people do masters, immediately they do masters, like they become IT engineers, they do masters in computer science, then they work for 2 3 years and then they do MBA. That is also there. That someone who initially wants to work as a software developer, and then they want to make executive decisions, do business for the company, want to be a front face person, then MBA comes into picture. So both the things will be sorted then. Masters plus 2 3 years of work experience, and then MBA. Understood? So that is also there. So basically, it depends from person to person. That is the whole conclusion. So Anurag Singh is saying that because of the focus on specialization, does MBA after MIM seem to like a good move? Not at all, Anurag. Not at all. You either do either of them, I believe. You can either do MIM and then you have your own family business or whatever it is you are working in your company. Then you just start doing that, or else skip MIM and directly do MBA. Take work experience and directly do MBA. Directly doing MBA is, better rather than doing MIM and MBA. So that is my, preference, my recommendation to you. Okay, did you guys understand, masters versus MBA? I gave a good differentiation. Any queries regarding the same, please, you can write it in the chat box and I will be taking it up. Yes, Ayush is asking me, can you talk more about masters in Germany if I want a career in research? Yes, definitely. I will be, taking it right now. So, guys, just Ayush, I will be taking about masters only in various countries. My next topic of discussion is that only. So, when it comes to masters, there are a lot of countries providing a lot of different type of masters. Considering the fact, the education, the complete faculty, the complete exposure, US is obviously considered the best amongst all. Definitely, it is has a lot of variety of courses. The top universities in the world are located in US, but it has a drawback. It has a visa problem. Someone who wants to settle for long term, US cannot be a very good option for you. Someone who has cost budget constraints, for them also US can be somewhat an issue, because though there are a lot of education loans, but then initially there is a good expenditure of 40 to 45 lakhs what you have to spend. So US has top universities, top faculty, a lot of good things, and basically someone for whom education is the most priority over others, over their PR, over their citizenship, then US is something what can be preferred. You get all ranges of courses, all variety of courses. You choose whatever you want. Basically, you can choose in the US university. There is lot of things they want to offer. Okay, so definitely US is good, but cost and visa, two things which you have to consider. The average cost of masters in USA is 40 to 45 lakhs. Okay, so that is the average cost. If you are taking a university which is even highly ranked and it's a private university, it may go up to 50 as well, guys. Okay, so that is something which you need to understand. GRE is something which is required in US. Okay, GRE is something which is required. Some other countries might not require, but US requires a GRE exam. Always remember, top education, top job opportunities, top faculty, cost and visa is an issue in USA. Okay, that's what you have to understand. Yeah. Second is Canada. Canada is very good, very, very good, but the only problem, you get very good PR opportunities as well in Canada, right? The benefits of studying in Canada, that you have good universities over there, but the problem is there are lesser number of universities. US has 3,000 universities, Canada just have 100 universities. There is University of Toronto, UBC, Waterloo, McMaster, York, Concordia, a lot of good universities, but it is limited in number. Okay, and variety of courses what you get in US is not very prevalent in Canada. So you get very plain vanilla courses in Canada. It can be masters in computer science, masters in finance, masters in marketing. You don't get some variety what we are asking for. So someone who wants to do a masters in UI UX or HCI, human computer interaction, it's something which is growing to a great extent. So you won't get the same masters in Canada. Hardly one or two universities have in Canada, versus USA almost all universities have it. So that's the difference, I would say, in US Canada. So variety is little lesser, but for someone for whom a PR is considered, citizenship is considered above anything, above education, then definitely you can go for Canada. The cost is also a little cheaper. It's 30 to 35 lakhs what you end up spending for a master's in Canada. It may go up to 40 lakhs also for some of the universities. Okay. There are a lot of doubts. So that is Canada. I will just take Ayush's question of what is it is like masters in Germany. So, guys, masters in Germany is a good option, very good option. The problem is just one: you need to learn German language. Your job opportunities, your research opportunities, what Ayush has said, everything depends on the level of German. You'll know the how proficient you are in your German language. So if you are ready to talk in a different language, if you have a flair for German language, you are okay with it, because you have to talk in German almost for long hours. So are you okay with that? So if yes, then definitely German universities are pretty good, especially for research. If you are interested, mainly Germany is very famous for mechanical, automobile, mechatronics, computer science, data science. Engineering fields are very good in Germany. So there is TU Munich, TU Berlin, all the TUs, all the Hochschuls, they are pretty good. The only thing is, since it is free education, they want good students only. So your CGPA should be good. It should be, at least better than 8. 8 is something which I will be preferring for a German student. Someone who has a lot of gap years, someone who has a lot of ATKTs, I don't think so German universities will accept, because it's free education, right? So they want quality students then. Understanding? So that is about Germany. I hope you are a engineer, then it will make sense. And at least A2 level of German proficiency is required when you go over there. Agar wahan ka citizenship chahiye, if you want a citizenship of Germany altogether, then you will have to complete till C2. C2 is the maximum level of German proficiency level. So if you need a blue card in Germany, so blue card is very equivalent to green card in USA. So then you will be requiring a C2 level of German proficiency. Okay. So if you're okay with learning a different language, definitely go ahead with Germany. It's a there's free education. Like only private universities would charge very minimal, but mostly so many universities are public universities where you won't be charged a penny. Only there might be certain fees which is very less in amount, that is also covered by part-time jobs which you will be doing over there. So Ayush, I hope I have cleared your doubt. Only IELTS is required, guys, in Germany. No GRE is required. No GRE is required. Okay, so I hope I have cleared your doubt, Ayush. Guys, my first abroad counseling session is free of cost. In case you want to have an abroad counseling session with me, I will be just writing my number over here. Okay, kindly, you can just message me, call me to book the appointment. Okay, I'll be just writing my first abroad counseling session is free. Later for the process we charge, but the first counseling is free. Okay, so yes, very good. You can crack your German language classes. At least try to get an A2 while when you apply. Okay, whenever you apply, whenever you are willing to fly over there, you should be A2 level clear. That is my preference, my recommendation. Okay. So guys, one more thing. I'm talking about masters, right? Whichever intake you are planning to go, there are two major intakes in the world. Okay, one is the September 2020, whatever, September intake. One is the January intake. So the nearest is September 2022 intake or Jan 2022 intake. Make sure at least 1 year before you consult, a counselor, or basically, you start researching about it yourself, because the application window starts 1 year before. So don't be late. And earlier you apply, better are the chances for scholarship, better are the chances for getting an admit. Because the application window is just for 6 to 7 months. Okay, so if September it opens, January, February is a deadline. If you are up, everything is going to be late, then your admits will also be affected. So please plan in prior, like, please plan beforehand itself, so that you don't lose on good admits. Okay, that will be my recommendation. Any country, this is not related to any particular country. Any country, start your preparation 1 year before. Okay, understood? Start researching on it. Know about the application process. Know about the deadlines. Meet a counselor. That's very important. Okay, understood? So that was masters in Germany, masters in Canada, masters in US. Now I would like to talk about masters in UK. Guys, only US requires a GRE. Canada do not require a GRE. Germany do not require. When it comes to Canada, only the business schools, if you want to do masters in finance, masters in marketing, they require a GMAT exam or GRE exam. Okay, otherwise engineering schools do not require a GRE in Canada. Okay, so other things, other countries like MS, like you do a masters in UK is just 1 year. Okay, 1 year masters, very famous for management, marketing, finance, very famous. Again, it's a global degree. You If you come back to India, a US and UK degree is something which will be of great weightage compared to any German degree, or compared to any Canadian degree, compared to any Australian degree. Okay, so US and UK degrees are very good for the people who are willing to come back to India. So the weightage will stand a little higher. Okay, so UK, the budget is also like good. It's around 25 to 30 lakhs what you will end up spending for 1 year. It's very good for people who are willing to, basically someone who does not want to give GRE, they can go over there. So only based on IELTS you can get into good universities. When it comes to UK management, especially management, marketing, finance courses are very good. Some of the good universities include King's College London, London School of Economics, then Oxford and Cambridge, obviously Warwick, Manchester. So a lot of good universities in UK. So if you have a budget constraint, and if you can't go to US, you want to complete your degree in 1 year, then UK is there. So UK is definitely a good option. When it comes to Ireland very famous for IT. It's also 1 year masters, no GRE required, only IELTS. Very famous for IT, pharmacy, and marketing. Someone who is, and it's quite cheap as well, 20 to 25 lakhs. So someone who is willing to go to Ireland, they can go. The PR opportunities are also pretty good. So, but it's just recommended take a work experience and then go to Ireland, because they are not giving jobs otherwise. So take a work experience, then do your masters, and then it will make sense in Ireland, because they are preferring students with prior work experience. Okay, for the jobs I'm talking about. So Ireland is also a good option. There is Australia as well. Australia is also very PR friendly. So Australia, only IELTS is sufficient, and it's a 2 years masters. So the cost will come around 35 to 40 lakhs in Australia. Again, very famous for management, marketing. Even IT is pretty famous in Australia. All the healthcare related courses are very famous in Australia. So it's pretty good. Australia, again, only IELTS, again, good PR opportunities. I hope I have taken masters of different countries. I'll just be taking the doubts now. Prasuk Jain is asking me, what is the right time of submitting an application to the university? Guys, as I said, 1 year before the application window opens. Okay, and then there is 6 months till Jan and February. For September 2022 intake, 1 year before, that is September 2021, the application window opens and it goes on till Jan and Feb 2022. Okay, so you have a window of 6 to 7 months. Ideally, submit your application as soon as possible. Okay, submit your application. If you are planning for September 2022 intake, right now is the time to meet a counselor, because your GRE, कौन सी entrance exam देनी है, क्या preparation करना है, you should be knowing it beforehand, so that you are the first one to submit the application. Earlier you apply, better are the chances to get scholarships, better are the chances to get an admit. Always remember. Okay, Prasuk. So as early as possible for September 2022, you can submit your application by October, maybe October, November. That will be good, Prasuk. Ananya, I hope I've cleared your doubt. Yeah. Ananya Srivastav is asking me, would MBA in Ivy League be possible? No. So without work experiences, it is not possible, Ananya. Anywhere in the world, not Ivy League. Forget Ivy League. MBA itself, the course itself requires work experience of minimum 2 to 3 years. The average age of people doing MBA in Harvard is around 27. So they have experience of good 5 to 6 years. I'm not telling to take experience up till that level, but at least 2 to 3 years is something which you should ideally have. Okay, Ananya. So when it comes to Ivy League MBA, you need a very good GMAT score as well. So guys, when it comes to MBA, GMAT is an exam. GMAT. All of MBA abroad I'm talking about. It requires GMAT exam. Very important. And you need to score a 700 plus, especially for Ivy Leagues. Okay. When it comes to masters, GRE only in USA, rest other countries I gave you information. GRE is not essential as such. IELTS is sufficient. That is the English proficiency test. When it comes to MBA, anywhere in the world, usually GMAT is something which is preferred. You have to give a GMAT for MBA. Okay. Delzin is asking me, how many universities in US offer scholarships for masters? Almost all the universities offer scholarships. There is merit-based scholarship which all the universities offer, including the Ivy League. So there are good possibility for getting scholarship. Make sure you apply early. And secondly, there are external applications also. Don't miss the deadline for that. So just try for applying early for getting scholarships. All the universities provide. The Game and Tech is asking me, ma'am, 4 years plus approx 1.5 years experience. What about that? So if I can know the question, then it will be good. So 4 years of undergrad degree plus 1.5 years of experience you have. That's very good. Now you want to go for masters, it's good. For MBA, you need more experience. Okay. What is the best time to take GMAT, GRE? Around the best time would be September. September would be the best time, right now. So if it's June, which is going on, July, August, September. September should be the max time. Otherwise, you can give it in August and July. Anytime you can give basically. Make sure it is beforehand itself. You have your GRE scores ready. Steffi is asking me, what is the year of graduation one must start prepping for GRE, GMAT? When does admission process start? I gave you the this thing. So basically, Steffi, if you are currently in your third year, if you have finished your third year, then it's a good time for you to start GRE, GMAT. Guys, do not start it very early. So that's my whole point. Please focus on profile building. So you're starting ke 3 years of your undergrad degree, starting ke 2 years, whatever it is. The starting years are for you to get knowledge and build your profile. It's not for preparing for GMAT and GRE. That you can do in the fourth year. That you can do in the final year. Please make sure that everything has to be on time. So when you have to gain knowledge, you have to gain knowledge. You can't be sitting at home and preparing for your exam at that point of time. Build your profile by doing internships, research papers. You should be doing that. Okay, so that should be there in the initial years. Understood? Devang is asking me, MBA at IIM 60 to 70 lakhs or MBA at abroad 70 to 80 lakhs. MBA at IIM does not cost 60 to 70 lakhs, by the way. It costs around 30 lakhs, 25 to 30 lakhs. MBA abroad costs way higher in case you want exposure altogether, wherein you get world-class faculty, students with different nationalities meeting you, exposure, and if you are okay with the budget, then MBA abroad hands down. Hands down MBA abroad. Okay, Devang, I hope I've answered your query. Karan is asking me if we need to pursue masters directly after graduating. What is the right time to take GRE or GMAT? Karan, yes. So if you are planning, so if you are right now in your fourth year, are you in? Have you just entered your fourth year? Okay. So if you have entered your fourth year, you should be ideally, preparing for your exam right away. As I said, 1 year before, you need to start with your application process. So agar aap September 2022 target kar rahe ho, 1 year before, make sure that you are well aware about the admission process, and before that you give your GRE as well. So right now is a good time for you in case you are planning next year September 2022 intake. If we need to pursue masters right after graduating, what is the correct time to start preparing for GRE, GMAT? As I said, Karan, if you're planning, so I would say आपका third year end होगा ना, वो vacation में you can start. That's the best answer with what I can give you. वो vacation में you can start with your GRE and GMAT prep. Okay? Third year के vacation में. Isha is asking me what exactly makes a very good profile to get admission in top universities. So right now the next topic what I'll be taking is the profile building topic only. So guys, a lot of people ask me how to make a good profile for a good university. So when it comes to good university or top university, they will not only look at your GRE scores, they will not only look at your CGPA, they will look at your entire profile. They will look at your profile, that what have you done apart from being good at academics. Okay, they want students who have an all round personality. They want students who have done several multiple things. Okay, so that you can stand out. See, competition is immense. Every top university has lot of students applying all over the world. How can you stand out? सबके marks तो अच्छे होते हैं, but you have to make sure that you build your profile. Very important thing is you have your research papers. Very important is internship. You create a difference in that internship. Very important. So it's a thing. So first of all, internship is something which goes without saying. It's a key for building good profile. Internships, research papers. So you will be having lot of activities in your college as well. Participate in those activities. Pursue all the pursue all the extracurricular activities. For example, one of my student who landed into Columbia University was a scuba diver. Okay, so he had taken all the levels of scuba diving, so that made his profile really diverse. So in spite of low scores, she got into Columbia. So it's very important to have something different. So extracurricular hai, NGO, do some social work. So that also helps. Make sure that you are busy. That's very important. You should not be just focusing on your exam. No, that time has gone completely when you just have to get good marks. Now it's more than that. So you can participate in a lot of hackathons. You can do a lot of different things. You can do an international internship. For example, one of my student, you know he did a 9 months work from home internship for a company in USA, and he cracked it via internshala. It was not something which was out of the box. He cracked it via internshala only. Talk with your professors for international internships. You can go over there in international universities and do research and get a recommendation letter from them. All these things help in building the profile. Okay, very, very important. Okay, so work experience will also be required for IIMs, right? So I'll be taking MBAs in India. I will be taking it right now. Just give me some time, Ananya. Okay. So, guys, profile building is something which is extremely important. I hope I have, talked about few things. That is internship, A, research papers, participate in various college activities, participate in a lot of competitions, pursue an extracurricular activity, participate in NGOs. These are some of the points which you have to remember. And along with that, a good CGPA, along with that a good GRE. So everything has to be there along with all these things. So you can even join a Rotary club or Leo club, but you have to make sure you participate and you be at a good position. They just don't want volunteers. What leadership skills are you taking? What difference you have created wherever you are going? So they want to see that. Okay, so create a difference, and that's how it will add to your profile. Okay, you can have your own startup. They love that having your own startup, it's okay if it doesn't work or whatever, but it adds to your profile that you have your own startup as well. So that is something which is important. Okay, so this is some things about profile building which I told. So let me throw some light on what it is to do a master's versus MBA in India. So guys, let me tell you, in India, there is no concept as such of masters. Very, very less universities provide masters, and it's frankly not very valuable. Not it does not hold much weightage. In India, MBA is a thing what is there. MBA is something which we have to pursue. Now, in India, as such, work experience in MBA is not required, which is a very wrong thing, I believe, because MBA का मतलब ही वही है that it is a degree for professionals. Okay, in India, it's not required. MBA work experience for MBA is not required, but still, I insist all the students, whoever is willing to crack IIMs, willing to crack a good B school, take a 1 year work experience at least. at least, because if you take work experience you will get to know a lot of things, and you will be able to relate that while you are studying for your MBA has lot of subjects which a professional person can only relate, a fresher won't be able to relate. So it's extremely important for you to take work experience of at least 1 year if you want to pursue your MBA in India. Okay. Some colleges like, ISB, Indian School of Business, one of the top ranked universities in India, they require work experience of 2 years because it works on an abroad model altogether. So that's why it requires 2 years work experience. Rest, none of them do require as such. But I still believe 1 year work experience is something which you should have for MBA. Degree itself means it is a degree for professionals. Okay, so it's important. And when it comes to cracking colleges for MBA in India, make sure you do it from a good university, otherwise don't do MBA. That is my perspective towards MBA in India. There are so many colleges which is providing MBA, but it doesn't make sense in India to do it from a random college. You have to make sure you have a list of top 10 or top 15 colleges. If you get in, you will go, otherwise you won't go. Because the return on investment is not there, jobs are not there if you do it from a random college. So, all the IIMs, the NMIMS, SPJN, Sidnam, then there is, faculty management school, MDI, all these are good universities. वहाँ पे मिल रहा है लो वरना मत लो. There is also ISB Hyderabad. So you can even try for GMAT, giving GMAT or GRE and try to go to ISB Hyderabad. GMAT is also accepted in Great Lakes, Chennai, which is a good college, and SP Jain, Mumbai. So you can even, if you are not very willing to study for CAT is a lot more about rote learning as such, versus GMAT is more practical, more logical. So in case you are not very willing to give cat as such and devote that much of time, tables by heart and everything, if you don't want to give, you can give a GMAT and try for SPJ and try for Great Lakes, try for ISB Hyderabad. ISB also have a branch in Mohali, so you can try for that as well. Okay. So this is about the whole conclusion of MBA in India is, that do it from a good college. That is my conclusion for MBA in India. Okay. Yes. Devang is asking me what right time to start for GMAT. It depends. I see GRE and GMAT has a validity of 5 years. So guys, whenever you think you are free, and if it is certain कि आपको जाना ही है and you have a good profile already, then you can start preparing for your GMAT. So ideally, जब जाना रहेगा उसके 1.5 year पहले you can start preparing for your GMAT. 1.5 or 2 years max, 2 years I would say. So you can start preparing for your GMAT exam. So there is no try to apply early. Okay. So for if you are planning to go in September 2023 intake, and then you can start your preparation for GMAT in maybe May 2022 or January 2022. Don't start it from right now; it will be too early. But at least Jan and May you can start preparing for your GMAT. Okay. I hope I cleared your doubt. So 1.5, 2 years before you want to go, Devang. That's the answer. Jay is asking me what extracurricular should we have apart from academics to make a good application. Jay just covered the topic of profile building. So it can be, doing internships, doing research papers, publishing those research papers, you having any sport relate any sport, like for example I gave you the example of scuba diving. So anything where you are interested in, you should be pursuing. It can be badminton, carom, anything, but do it at a good level. So have your own hobby, very important. Then participate in NGOs, participate in the college activities, be a leader in whatever you are doing in college activities also, that you are a head of the department, so that will create a lot of impact in the application. I hope Jay I cleared your doubt. Ronit is asking me, what if I'm able to get a seat in IIT for a master's through GATE, or still abroad would be preferred over IIT? Abroad, this will be still preferred over IIT. GATE is too much of studying unnecessarily. There is so much of studying in GATE, and IIT is very famous for the bachelor's program, not for the master's. So I will still believe that if you are able to crack GATE, I'm sure you will be able to crack a very good university for master's abroad. So if budget is not a constraint, please go abroad. So that would be my recommendation, Ronit. Okay. So guys, any particular thing which you would like to know about? So I will be just explaining you the complete abroad process, how it exactly goes about. मैं जब 1 year पहले बोलती हूँ, what are the exact steps? So when it comes to 1 year पहले, so there are documents like, first of all, it's very important to shortlist the universities. Very important, that we shortlist the universities in a way that you get good admits. SOP, statement of purpose, letters of recommendation, CV. These three are very important documents for abroad application. Very important. Statement of purpose is a 1,000 word essay wherein you write about yourself, why you are wanting to pursue masters, what have you done before, why should university take you in. So all this we have to write in a very beautified version and very genuine version as well. So, statement of purpose is very important. Letters of recommendation, what you get from your professors, what you get from your employers. So, all these, letter of recommendation of why, you should be picked over others. Someone who has closely worked with you will give a recommendation letter. So, that is important. CV is important. You CV होना चाहिए, at least 1.5 page का आपका CV होना चाहिए at the end of 4 years. Very important. So do some activities, do great activities where you can portray, you can write more about it in the CV. Okay. So that's very important documents. Then we have the application. Once we shortlist the universities and the documents are ready, transcripts is one very important document which is required. I will be just writing transcripts. For abroad education, transcripts are the utmost important document which you get it from college only. So usually Somaiya takes 2 weeks to give the transcript. So that is something which is required to be attached. KTs are also seen over there. So guys, please make sure if you're studying right now, study well, don't have any backlogs. It will create a bad impact on the application. Okay. So that is something which is required transcript. Then your mark sheets are required. Everything is required for the application process. It's a simple creating a login, filling the details, attaching all the documents properly and submitting the application. Okay, it's a simple application, and then we have to wait for the admit or reject. Based on the decisions taken, you apply for your visa process. Now, visa, every country has its own rule. Based on that, the visa is taken. You have to show certain finances for the visa that you are capable to afford the abroad education, and then you fly. So this is the complete process. It usually takes a year. Okay, for the complete thing, whatever I said, it takes a year. Admit reject आने में भी time लगता है. Okay, so this is the complete process how you go about with the things. Gitika is asking me how early do we start working on our SOPs? 1 year before, as I said, September. July end tak you can start with the complete counseling process. Mid July end, once your GRE is done, then you can start working on your SOP and LORs. So that is what I will prefer. July end, August first week, then September tak to you have to make sure that everything is ready. So if you are aiming for good universities, you have to make sure you are alert because everything takes a little time, Gitika. Varun Dikshit has asked me for internship. Should I prefer MNC or startups? Prefer where you get good work, where work is good as per your interest. So it's not about the place, it's about the work where you think you will be able to learn more. MNC ho ya startup ho, learning is what matters at initial stage. Then the money comes into picture. Okay, Varun, I hope I've cleared your query. Any specific queries you have, guys? Any specific queries? So, guys, we help in the complete shortlisting, making the SOP, LORs, application, then, everything, visa process, accommodation, everything till you fly. And our whole forte of our consultancy is basically that we target the top universities only. We want to make sure that the profile of the student is developed in such a way that you end up into good universities that you deserve. So we give genuine advices. So that's where our role come into picture. For abroad counseling, my first counseling session is free. So I will be just giving my number in case you want to book an appointment. I'm a career counselor also, someone who's really confused about a career, that what should I do next. You want options in India, abroad, both, and overall career counseling, then definitely you can contact me on this number itself. Career counseling sessions are chargeable, obviously. Abroad counseling session, the first counseling session is free. Okay. Jay Munjapara is asking me, what if their one do not have LOAs or LORs? So any alternative, how difficult it gets? You have to get LORs. There is no other way out. I mean, someone will give you LOR, Jay. Your professor, where you have worked, anywhere. I mean, anywhere it's fine. You have to get LORs. So every university wants LORs. Otherwise, UK, some of the universities do not require LORs. But every good university, I would say, letter of recommendation is required. So try to, matlab, it's not very difficult to get. I mean, professors are quite understanding that way. Steffi is asking me, worse come worse, Jay, if you are not getting LORs, Australia, UK, Ireland also, some of the universities, they do not require letters of recommendation. Okay. Steffi is asking me, would internship in a different field from our major course have a positive impact on a CV or resume? That depends on the masters what you are planning to do. So, for example, if you are in IT engineering and you want to pursue a master's in marketing, it should be related to your master's. Let me tell you, if it is related to your master's, it will make a positive impact. Otherwise, it's no impact at all. Negative to nahi hoga, but no impact at all. Understood, Steffi? I hope I've cleared your query. If related to master's, positive. If not related, no impact. Okay. Any particular doubt, guys? Guys, we help in the complete GRE prep. We help in the complete German proficiency help. Like we have classes for German proficiency. Anyone who is willing to get into HCI, human computer interaction, or someone who wants to get into designing field, we help in the portfolio preparation also. So you can contact us. I've given my number. I will be writing my number again. You can definitely let us know. My office is located very near to Vidya Vihar, very near to Somaiya, I would say, near to Vidya Vihar station. So, you can definitely visit our office as well. I'll be just writing my website over here. And this is my number. Any questions you have anytime, you can let me know. That's not an issue. I gave you idea about what is masters versus MBA, what are the different type of masters in various countries, what it is like profile building, what how to do MBA in India, like what it is to do MBA in India. So I covered few areas, few genres. Let me know if you have any questions right now. I'll be clearing your queries. Whatever it is, guys, in your life, please plan out early, don't be planning it late. And work experience is extremely important anytime in your life, more than your degree. I believe work experience is something which will take you a long way. So try to get as much as work experience as possible and plan your career well in advance. So that is something which recommendations I would like to give. Thirdly, do not plan on PR and do not plan on citizenship from right now. I believe education is something which is supposed to give more priority. Yes, if you have your relatives in Canada, if you have your relatives in Ireland, and you are really willing to go there because you have your so many relatives, then it makes sense. I totally agree. But just because you want to stay in India, तो कोई भी random college आप ले लो कनाडा में, वहां PG diploma कुछ भी आप करो, that does not make sense. So take a sound decision, take a good degree, take good knowledge before you get into something. That's very important. Okay, guys. Any further questions? Guys, I will just throw a little more light on education loans. Let me just cover education loans. So, guys, there nowadays there education loan to get an education loan is not a very big thing, not a very difficult thing. There are beautiful education loans available where student takes it on his name and they can repay it back after they get the job in the foreign country. So parents are not encumbered in this process at all, and the rate of interest is also good. I mean, it goes around 12 to 13%. If you have a secured loan, like if that is unsecured loan what I talked about, if you want to keep property as a mortgage, then also you get loan with a lower interest rate. Since the risk is little more in unsecured, that's why they charge a little higher interest rate. But every country, everyone who is willing to get an education loan, it's not a difficult task. you can easily repay your amount. Like especially for US and Canada, when it comes to loan companies, they give out loans very quickly because they know for the fact that job unko काफी अच्छा मिल जाता है later on, and repayment काफी फटाफट हो जाता है. So that's why it's very simple for you guys. All you need is IT returns of your sponsor. Like in case आप नहीं भर पाए तो कौन भरेगा? So IT returns of the person who are sponsoring you, your mother, father, whoever is the earning member in the family. So you can show the IT returns. They will analyze your complete profile. Here also GRE comes into picture, guys. So if you have good GRE, that means you are a good student and the rate of interest gets a little lower. The chances for you to get good loans at good interest rate would be more. GRE and complete profile. So guys, very important that you keep your complete profile, that is your CGPA, your GRE, your extracurriculars on point. Guys, it's very competitive world. Everyone is willing to get into the top universities. This year, especially 2021, I would say students with extraordinary profile also couldn't get into Ivy Leagues. Student with extraordinary, literally 9.8 pointer, research papers, 7 conferences attend kiye, everything good, everything good. Still they couldn't, uh, get good universities. One was because there was a lot of deferral, so they have limited seats. But the other thing is there were too many people who were applying. So everyone is applying. How you can stand out is your, task. So make sure you stand out. It's very important. Make sure that you be on an edge over others. Very important. Don't be in that impression that ho jayega, kar jayega. Don't have that attitude of, very laid back attitude and attitude of, procrastinating things. Don't do that at all, because the entire world is changed, is completely changed, and everyone is willing to do their best possible. So if you don't do your best, then you will all be behind the race. So it's very important that you be on your toes and start doing your work as soon as possible. I hope I have cleared your queries. There are good education loans. Don't worry about that part. Get yourself, doing your work, and you can start planning your career further. I've given my number. Any queries you have anytime, you can let me know. Any queries as such? Guys, should we be ending the session? And anyone who is willing to change their career, change their major, please don't be afraid to do so. There are a lot of options. There are a lot of options in doing that. You can pursue masters of your choice, and it's completely fine because they take up whatever they teach, they will teach you from the scratch. So don't worry about that. Most welcome, Gitika. Any queries, guys? So I guess I will be ending the session then. Any queries you have, you can definitely message me on this number. I'll be writing my number again. Okay, that is my number. Most welcome, guys. It was a pleasure talking to all of you. Okay, any queries, you let me know. Have a good day. Be safe. Okay, bye. Take care. Good day. Good weekend. Most welcome.